What's going on, everyone? ODC here, and I'm back with another action figure review. Today's review, we're going to take a look at the Star Wars Black Series Echo from the Bad Batch. And I don't know, this is a figure I was really looking forward to. I actually ended up getting him a little bit earlier. Found him in retail store. So yeah, local Target, pretty easy. He was just chilling he was actually chilling in the girl section. So someone was trying to play a hiding trick on me, or everyone. But I was fortunate to find him. I was actually really surprised to find him. He comes with pretty much, I want to say, if you're including the backpack, 4 accessories total. He comes with this concept art kind of claw grip type deal. It actually has a porthole right there. I wonder if there's supposed to be some sort of like effect or flame effect or something like that there. But that is a thing. I like the design of it. Looks pretty cool. It'd be cool if like maybe in the next season they actually use this as like some sort of like attachment for his arm too. I don't know. I think that'd be pretty interesting to do, like a little upgrade for him. Why not? You know, can't hurt. So that's the first thing, and we'll get back to that in a second. He also comes with his helmet right here. Looks pretty good. I like it. Looks very nice. Very unique. I love that each individual character looks like a little bit different as far as helmet design goes from each other. I like that. And there's the back portion, and obviously that goes over his like Lobot-esque attachment, cybernetic attachment, whatever you'd like to call it. But it looks really good. I really do enjoy the look and aesthetic of this helmet here. Looks pretty cool and very unique on its own. The backpack, like I said, is removable, so I guess you could count this as a what you'll call it. Oop, it looks like there's a little bit of a bent piece here on his backpack. Now I pulled this straight out of packaging, and this must have been bent in packaging. And as you can see, there's a stress mark right there, which is really piss poor. That's not good on Hasbro. So, yeesh. I don't know. That looks pretty bad, but I'm glad it didn't snap off. At least it's stressed like crazy, but at least it's not broken off. So that's something to look out for if you can find an Echo that doesn't have that issue in packaging. And here is, speaking of the packaging, yeah, it must have been bent because it actually comes with him with the backpack on already, and that could be the issue here, as I'm seeing. Yeah, it must have been bent and packaged just from the factory here. So, but that is something to note. But regardless of that, which kind of annoys the shit out of me that my figure is a little jacked up. It does have one port hole on the back, and it just ports right into there. The sculpting of the backpack looks pretty cool. I like it. Looks good. I like this kind of like copper-esque kind of paint right here they did. It's a pretty good job. So there's the backpack. For his last accessory here, this is the his DC-17 blaster pistol. Looks really cool. I always like the design of this. A very sleek design for it. Almost kind of reminds me of a Walther PP7. Looks really good though. I like it. And then here is the figure himself. Looks really good. He's very unique. Like I gotta keep saying that about the Bad Batch figures, is that they are very unique on their own. You know, I like his head sculpt. It is very pale. He's supposed to be. That's kind of his look. And I love this kind of, they take an animated character and make them look realistic sculpt. They just do such a good job, and it does look like Tamura Morrison-esque. And that's the other really cool thing about especially the Bad Batch figures, is that each of them are supposed to look like Tamura Morrison in some sort of different way, you know, so you can see that in each one. Wrecker, Hunter, Crosshair, it doesn't matter. Even Omega, you can see it in their face. which is really cool. So I'm really looking forward to getting Omega as well. Here's his kind of like attachment, or his cybernetic, whatever you would like to call it. And you see these little rivets around his head. Kind of reminds me of like the Matrix, you know? Some sort of like ports or something like that in his head. But looks really good. They did a really good job with the bone structure in his face with the sculpt. Very well done. I like this collared piece, is kind of like riveted collar piece right here. That looks good as well. I also like that we've got kind of some scratches right here. It almost looks like he's doing tally marks on his chest. I like the little skull logo right there. That looks pretty cool. His arm, which can be like kind of like hacks into stuff, kind of like an R2-D2 hacker tool. I'm sure there's a specific term for it. I just don't know it offhand. But the shoulder pads look really good, or the shoulder armor. I shouldn't say shoulder pads. Shoulder armor looks good. I want to say between he and Tech, those are probably the two that really stand out. And I also love some of the aesthetics of how they made him look very traditional almost from the bottom half. Like he still has his comma, and he's got his pistol holster right here, which you can holster his DC-17, which looks really good, and it fits in there very nicely. There's no issues of that falling out or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about that. A lot of people I've seen have, pointed out, oh, I wish his comma was cloth. I guess it doesn't bother me too much. He's not the most athletic type guy. He's not doing like splits or anything like that, which is okay. I like that they also switched up the knees. The knees look really good. They did a really good job just sculpting this stuff. See, this is what drives me crazy, is that they can do, like, make a character like this, like Echo, looks so unique and so cool. And then they just give us a bunch of reuses in the comic book line. And I get it, like the budget's not there for the comic book line, but goddamn, man. Like they went all out on this dude. You could tell. It's just a shame that we couldn't get at least a little bit more tooling with some of those comic book figures. But I digress anyway. I like the sculpting on his kind of abdomen right here. Looks pretty cool. On the back, you can see all these rivets and like armor panels. It looks really good. You can even see battle damage on the back of him. Look at that. Looks fantastic. And most of this battle damage will be covered up by his backpack too. So they did a really good job with the sculpt on him. I think this is a home run so far. Taking a look at just the legs here. Like I said, new sculpt for the knees. And the feet look very similar to just like a regular clone trooper. I'll have to bring in some clone troopers so we can do some comparisons. But as far as his articulation does go, he can swivel full 360 at the head. He can look up, way up, including using that neck joint. So really good job on the neck joint. He can also look down. Let's try to get his neck to look down there. It's a little stiff, but that's okay. He can look down. He can also tilt side to side, so lots of character in this figure. He can also do some jive turkeys. Jive turkeys up in there. Arms go up about that far, and we do have a pliable plastic for the shoulder armor, so that's really good. And that's good range of motion right there. Full 360 rotation in the arm. We do have a single jointed elbow, which is more than 90 degrees. Fantastic. Swivel at the wrist. He does have a hinge joint, which goes in and out. And then we have a single bend at the other elbow because he is asymmetrical, seeing as he has cybernetics on this side. But it can also hyperextend the other way, so if you needed him to do something funky, like maybe he's keeping an eye on the door while he's trying to open it, he could do that. It can also swivel on this side. Same thing as this side. It can also swivel at the bicep as well. He can crunch back. He can crunch forward, side to side. He can swivel. Let's see if he has a waist swivel too. No waist swivel there, but that's okay. Legs do go forward. They kind of kick outward like that just because of the sculpting of the armor, leg armor going up. So that's a thing. Upper thigh swivel. He can also kick back too. He does have a single jointed knee. He also has a swivel at that knee as well. And the armor, the new armor sculpted here, it actually doesn't get in the way. So it's pretty good. He can point the toe, not so well. I guess on this side it's a little frozen. I'll have to loosen that up with some heat in a little bit because it is frozen. But he can point the toe, he can point the heel, and he can do some ankle pivot. So that's pretty cool. 2 peg holes at the bottom of his feet as well. Okay, so as far as attaching his accessories, everything that pretty much you see that he comes with can be attached. We've already put the holstered the pistol, excuse me. Now we can put the backpack on, just peg that on just like so. And then for the helmet, very simple. You just kind of want to depeg the back portion right here and open that, keep that opened up. Slide it on over his head just like so. So both pieces are like that, and then kind of just give it a good little nudge. Nothing too crazy right there, and then kind of just try to clasp it as best you can. It's very hard fitment. I end up finding that I can't really clasp this, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's fine. You don't really see it for the most part, so it's not the end of the world. But that's the fitment of the helmet. Maybe if I get that pushed back a little bit more, I can swivel this around and kind of work it in, maybe. It is a very tight fitment. Yeah, it's barely reaching, so I'll just leave it like this. It's fine. But I love him with the helmet on. That looks great. I love it. That looks fan-freaking-tastic, and it's so unique for his character to have this fitment of this helmet. Last little piece is his concept art piece. You just kind of want to slide that into that porthole right there, and that's pretty much it. I'm trying to see if there's any specific way to do it. I don't see anything. I am noticing some paint rubbing off after pushing this in here, so that's something to point out. So if you don't want to have that damage your figure anymore, then I would just leave this off entirely. But that's what he looks like with it on, and he can stand perfectly fine. He's balanced. This doesn't weigh him down or anything like that. So there you go with all of his accessories and everything. Personally, I'm probably going to have him with this off just because it is chipping the paint off right there, as you can see, the tip and such. So I'm just going to leave it off. I like this look for him too, but this is pretty epic looking. I don't know how well he would maneuver with that thing, so I feel like it would just be some sort of cool attachment that maybe you could pop onto his backpack. That also would have been another cool little item if they could have found some way to attach this to his backpack or something like that, maybe on the side or something. But that is pretty much it for Echo as far as sculpt, articulation, range of motion, all that fun stuff. So let's get to some size comparisons. Okay, first up in the run of size comparisons, we've got a NECA Retro T800 on the right, and then on the left we've got the Lightning Collection Trini action figure. Okay, next up we've got a Amber Collection action figure in Samuel Jackson. That's just what I gotta call him, Samuel Jackson on the left. And then on the right we've got a old school Soda Street Fighter Ken Masters action figure. Okay, next up we've got an Articulated Icons Ninja in the Martial Artist on the left, and then on the right we've got a Marvel Legends Shocker. And keeping up with trends, we've got 2 Motu figures. We've got a Motu Classics in Vicor on the left, and then on the right we've got the Motu Revelations Fisto. Okay, next up we've got 2 SH Figuarts figures. On the right we've got SH Figuarts Darth Maul, and then on the left we've got Kamen Rider Black RX. Okay, next up we got a couple troopers from the Black series. We've got a old school Stormtrooper, that is the original Stormtrooper body mold. And then on the right, we have a brand new Clone Trooper mold. And the feet are exactly the same. I just wanted to note that in this so you guys did have that. I did say I was going to say that earlier. Okay, next up we've got 2 Mezco figures. We've got Vapor on the right, and then we've got the newer Nosferatu on the left. Okay, and last up we've got a Classifieds figure in Duke on the right. And then on the left we've got another Black Series figure in Cobb Vanth. All right, and we are back with the whole crew here. Well, minus Omega, but she'll be coming soon. Yeah, I think they all look really good. This is them with their helmets on. I'll do one with their helmets off, but yeah, this is almost the full team we've got here. Okay, and here's a shot with them with their helmets off, and that is them with all of their helmets in front of them. And I think this is a really solid, nice, solid releases on Hasbro's part. I think they all look really good. Each, like I said, looking unique from each other while still looking similar. Like I said, you could all see Temuera Morrison in there somewhere. And the fact that they took animated designs and brought them to life, that's a pretty challenging thing to do. That's not been an easy thing, especially trying to get that Temuera Morrison look. You can definitely see it one through each of them. And I really love that. I think this is one of those where they're pretty much a home run here. Yeah, are there probably some inaccuracies here and there? Of course. Tech doesn't have his goggles on. They technically should be removable from the helmet. I get it. Yeah, there are. You know, I had a little bit of quality control issue with the backpack on him. Overall, though, an overarching overall look at them, I'm really happy with them. I think they're all great. I love Wrecker. I love just the whole team. The whole team is just very unique, and I'm looking forward to, if there is a season 2, to seeing the rest of his story arc as well. Crosshair is a really cool character. I still don't know which one is my favorite. It's hard. Hunter is so cool. I would say maybe he's probably the front runner. I think he's a very good leader, and I always kind of gravitate more towards the Republic Commandos, and he's a former Republic Commando, so yeah, might be Hunter, but yeah, I don't know. I like them all. They're all really cool, and I would definitely give Echo here a 2 thumbs up, and definitely recommend him and the whole team. I mean, if you're going to get Echo, I mean, you kind of have to get the rest of these, right? And I would definitely start trying to pick them up before they start becoming more scarce. I know Hunter and Crosshair are starting to go further up in price. He was a deluxe figure, which I don't really see the deluxe price in him. He probably could have been packaged in smaller packaging and just maybe been a regular release. The only issue I really have with Hunter is that I wish his blaster rifle was a little bit longer. If you look at some of the Republic Commandos rifles, they're a little bit longer, and you can also put attachments on them. I thought it would have been a cool thing if they could have added attachments to them, but still, I like the concept art accessory, and hopefully we see this in Season 2. I think it'll be a nice little touch. Love the uniqueness of his helmet. Love the range of motion, articulation on him for the most part. It's hard working with that armor. You know, I think Tech actually has the best range of motion out of everybody because his armor is unique, very unique. He doesn't have that thigh armor, but all of them are pretty good. I don't think I've done any other reviews on the rest of the crew, but so I'll try and knock those out as well. Sorry, I'm talking with my hands way too much. Sorry. But yeah, I would say Echo is a definitely a 2 thumbs upper. Again, 2 thumbs up. Go pick them up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.